Do you struggle around the greens, always chunking or blading your chips? Every time you're around the green, your friends pull out their camera to get the horrific shot you're about to hit on video? Do you debate giving everyone in the group a hard hat because your chipping is just a complete safety hazard? Basically, if you had to get up and down to save your life, you'd tell everyone goodbye because there is no way, no chance you were hitting that chip anywhere near the hole.
Okay, so that's a little harsh. But if this is you where you struggle around the greens, you chunk them, you blade them, you just have zero confidence in it, well, in a situation like this, the wedge is not your play. Honestly, from here, you should just putt it, because from here, even a bad shot is gonna end up in a halfway decent spot. Didn't even read it. I'm 8 feet away. And on your other chips, you were 40 yards away. So honestly, the putter is a great option for you, but unfortunately you can't hit putter everywhere. So we're gonna talk about what you can do to hit the ball closer when you can't pull putter. And it really comes back to swinging the club like you swing this thing. So let's move to a different spot. So here's a different spot. We are not too far off the green, but the grass in front of us is pretty rough. It's into the grain, it's not super smooth, so when we hit this putt, it's probably gonna bounce quite a bit, and judging the speed's gonna be really hard. So this is why I suggest some sort of wood. The benefit to this is it's got a little bit more loft, so it's gonna help you get on top of this grass a lot better. Kind of help you avoid the ball bouncing as much. And the other nice thing, and why a lot of people don't like hitting this thing, is because it has a lot of pop. But I see that as a benefit, because then we don't have to make as big of a swing to get the ball all the way there. So we can make a small little swing. It bounces a little less. You can get the speed right. Just got to get the direction a little better. But it's a great option for situations around here. The putter is going to bounce a lot. This is going to help you avoid that. Try this out on the golf course, or first try it out in the practice area so you can get the speed down, because it does come off hotter than your putter does. But it's a great option for around the greens if you don't want to pull a wedge. So the next spot where the putter might be difficult is something like this to the back pin there. And it's just because it's so long. We're going through 10 to 15 yards of fairway grass, and then we got another 30 paces of green. So to get the putter all the way there, we're basically making a pretty big swing. I mean, and to judge this distance correctly is kind of hard. I gotta start hitting it less right. But it's just difficult to judge the distance because we have to make such a big swing with this thing. So this is why I suggest using something between a 7-iron and a pitching wedge, because you can make a little bit smaller swing but still make a putting motion. So if you go left hand low, you can do that. Making a big swing left hand low is kind of hard, so you can go back to your normal grip and then just think the same motion as your putter. So in a putting stroke, all we're thinking about is the shoulders moving back and forth. So for this, we're doing the same thing. And you don't have to make as big of a swing. It's got a little bit more loft. You can just kind of bump it on out there. And then same idea if you don't like the 7-iron, and maybe you want to try and carry it all the way up there, you can take pitching wedge. Same thing, we're using a putting stroke, and we are just chipping it up there. The loft helps you fly it a little farther. You're not really worried about blading it because there's a much softer leading edge on these things, and it's not going to dig. This is just a great option. Helps you get the ball up in the air. You don't have to deal with some of this fairway grass, and you're still making a putting motion, so you can still hit them solid and not miss them way over the green or like right here. The third position we got is a spot where you just have to get the ball up in the air. I mean, you got a bunker to cover. You can't really hit putter because, well, you're just gonna end up in the bunker. You can't cover it. So we have to grab the scary wedge. I know, it's a scary wedge, but we're going back to what I said, the last part. We're gonna think about the same motion as that putter. So we, take our grip, whatever you normally do with it. If you claw it, unfortunately you can't claw it from here. The goal is to just think about your chest and shoulders moving. We don't want no wrist action. I know you see the pros, they'll use a lot of wrist, all that. That's just making it harder. They can do a lot of cool things with that, but it's just making it harder. So for you, anyone who struggles around here, we're gonna think putting stroke only. So nothing in this range, hands and wrists, all shoulders back and forth. So if we're going to that back right one, we can take a nice square stance, back, forth, you can hit that shot. If we're going to the front one, we need a little more loft to stop the ball a little faster. We're gonna make the same swing, we're just gonna adjust our setup a little bit. So we're just gonna open the club face a little more. Weight's still on our lead side, we're still just focusing on arms, back, through. Did nothing with my wrists, it came out higher, it landed softer. All of this is a putting motion. Putting motion, you can hit a putt. We know you're hitting putts from the edge of the green there. We know you can hit a putt. So imagine this is a putter, but loft is gonna get it up in the air. So just think putting motion. Don't need any extra wrist, all that good stuff. All that nonsense is just gonna encourage you to blade it and chunk it. That's often why you blade it and chunk it, is because you get wristy, you get quick. We're thinking some tempo, we're thinking shoulder and chest rotation. And you can hit good shots over the bunker, have a putt for par or birdie, whatever it is. You're not wasting shots by chunking the bunker or blading it over the green. So those are a couple good options if you can't hit the putter. I know you don't want to hit the wedge, but unfortunately in some spots you kind of have to hit the wedge, and you just have to think about it like a putter. But you can pull a 3-wood out if you're trying to bump it through some rough area. You can pull the pitching wedge to 7-iron if you're trying to get through a lot longer distance. And you can think of a putting motion with the wedge. It's going to help you around the greens. The goal is for everyone who is chunking and blading all those wedges, you're probably shooting 90, 100, my guess, because you're wasting a lot of shots around here. Our goal is to get you on the green in 1 and 2 putt at worst. So if you're around the green, 3 shots should be the most. So we're trying to keep it simple for you. Shoulder and chest rotations, keep everything else quiet. So you can think putting motion, but we're using a wedge or the 7-iron or the wood, whatever it is, always think putting motion. Thank you for sticking around this far in the video. Take everything you learned here, bring it to the golf course, start saving some shots, shooting lower scores. Golf is gonna be way less frustrating when you're not blading it and chunking it all over the place. This is gonna make it easier. We're trying to simplify the game, so simplify the motion. Think about a putting stroke. If you learned anything in this video, you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll answer them in the bottom, in the description. I don't know why I couldn't remember what that's called. Or the comments. It's the comments. That's the one. Comments. So yeah, leave a comment. I will respond to it. Leave a like for this video. Shoot me a follow if you want to learn more about golf. And I make some other golf content. I also make golf content on Instagram and TikTok, so check those out. But thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you're looking for a one-stop shop, everything short game related to help you improve on and around the greens, I got a short game program for you. If you want to watch more of these videos, click here. If you want to subscribe, click down here.